If Elden Ring was your first foray into the Soulsborne universe, Demon's Souls would be a fantastic place to start. Back in 2009, on the PS3, here was where it all started, presenting players to the key components that would come to characterize subsequent titles. Those who are fortunate enough to acquire a PS5 can, of course, opt for the 2020 remake instead. The remake is a faithful replica of the original game with a graphical update that takes advantage of the PS5's bells and whistles, developed by Bluepoint Games. While the first Dark Souls served as a refining of gameplay principles presented in Demon's Soul, Dark Souls 3 is the current peak of what those games represent. The game, which was released in 2016, puts players in the shoes of a cursed undead fighting their way across an inhospitable environment filled with poisoned bogs and threatening dragons. Before being re-released with both DLC as Dark Souls 3, The Fire Fades, the game had received two expansions, The Ashes of Ariandel and The Ringed City. Mortal Shell is an action role-playing game that will be released in 2020 as the debut game from Cold Symmetry, an indie production studio. Fans of the Soulsborne formula will enjoy it. The game is heavily influenced by the Dark Souls trilogy, but it also has a level of accessibility that those other games lacked. Mortal Shell was nominated for the Game Awards 2020's Best Debut Game, but lost to Kinetic Games' Phasmophobia. In 2021, a remastered version for the PS5 and Xbox Series XS was published, with a new quest and photo mode. When Jedi Fallen Order was published in 2019, Star Wars fans were treated to one of the best games based on the multi-billion-dollar franchise. Players took on the role of Cal Kestis, a Jedi Padawan striving to survive in the aftermath of Order 66, in this game set between the events of Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. The game itself was a mashup of genres, but the incorporation of Soulsborne features in the form of intense fighting and moderate difficulty was most surprising. While neither of these items are as harsh as Elden Ring, they do help to scratch the itch for those who want more of the same. Bloodborne is another action role-playing game that should appeal to fans of Elden Ring. It is frequently regarded as one of the best PS4 exclusive titles. The game, which was released in 2015, features players taking on the role of a hunter who must face the many beasts that have taken over the Gothic city of Aharnam. Combat moves at a significantly faster speed than in the Dark Souls games. However, that speed comes as a cost, as players are frequently pitted against hordes of several attackers at once. However, the game maintains a wonderful mix between being tough and not being too harsh or overpowering. Is there anything further to say about The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild that hasn't already been said? Simply said, the game is one of the few open-world games that has reached the peak of design. The game, which was released simultaneously on the Wii U and Nintendo Switch in 2017, set a new benchmark for the genre, and it took thus long for another to follow in its footsteps. Breath of the Wild, like Elden Ring, takes players on an adventure in a wide and stunning open world, allowing them to approach its massive sandbox any way they see fit. It also has its own set of problems in the form of breakable weaponry and foes who can one-shot the player if they aren't careful. So, if any of those things seem appealing to you and you have yet to give this masterpiece a listen, now is the moment.